Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited to tell you about this podcast. It's called The DK Project, but it's really The Darren Show. This has been in the project stage for as long as I can remember. I've been witness to this for countless years, and there's lots for you to hear. The DK Project is a radio show, but without the radio. Once a week, the show will consist of banter and tales from the journey of two lifelong friends as they navigate through these crazy times. So thanks for tuning in.
Let's go! And we're back, baby. New episode, fresh into February. Oh, no, we've been in February a while. Scratch that.
No. It's almost March.
Golly, you're right. We got a couple of lady birthdays coming up, don't we? Holy snot rockets. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, let's get a little bit of business out of the way as we kick this one off. EP7. I just want all the listeners to know that we do have the studio line. We have the website. You can email us. We pretty much have an open door policy here at the project. If anybody's got comments or wants to come on in for a sit down, we can make those arrangements. Feel free to give us a call on our studio line and voice your concerns. The number is 612-504-6500. Now back to the show.
Oh, I like what you did there. I like the subtle tongue-in-cheek comment. If you have any comments,
well, we're starting to get such a following that people are commenting, but they don't want to comment, if you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean.
Everybody talks tough on Twitter, but once you get them, or what do they call that? Texting. You know, everybody's tough on the socials, but then when it comes face to face,
they're not.
And I'm open to anything. I don't care, man. People want to talk. Let's talk. Let's do this.
You're a talker, not a fighter.
Yeah, no doubt. Definitely not a runner. I found that out this morning.
Working out.
Holy man, I pulled something major right under my left butt cheek. And, we're going to need some serious hang time this week.
Did you do a proper warm-up, stretching?
You mean walking from the car to the track? Yeah.
No, I got it from my back. I have to stretch if I work out. Have to. Otherwise, it hurts more than it does good.
Well, let me tell you, it's not like I do it on a regular basis. It won't happen again.
Yeah. Make sure of it. I just can't. I'm having a hard time staying with the workout. I don't know what it is.
Just eat right and stay off the couch. Do the opposite of what I do, and you'll be fine. I put down a whole pizza last night. I was so stressed. I was stress eating.
Personal size pizza, or what are we talking? Like a 15-inch?
Aren't they all personal size?
Good answer.
No, it was a Tombstone 4 meat. Added a little
dude,
diced
Tombstone?
up jalapeno. Yeah, they're delicious.
What are we doing, Tombstone?
What do you mean?
God,
what are you, Jack's guy?
Fuck.
DiGiorno.
Going to White Castle tonight,
dude? I got so much. Oh, I got so much for the show. It's been a crazy week. We had the big Breezy Point tournament last weekend. Got some nugs from that. The boys took home some hardware, but we had to skip school on Friday to get to the tournament.
Nice.
And
road trip.
Yeah, it was like our first. It was snowy too. It was an ugly drive. So we get up Friday morning because we have a 1:00 game at the Breezy, and it's like 2.5 hours away.
Sure, regular weather.
Yeah, we got heavy snow. We got a little ice. It was tricky driving, but I was up for the challenge. But I did realize something as we got, I don't know, 10 minutes into the drive. I don't like people in my car in the morning. I got the 12-year-old in there, and I got the boss in there, and yakety. It's like, let me get my focus on, okay? I'm starting my day. I'm only 2 cups of Joe in. And you want to chat? No way.
I kind of respect that.
I need to focus.
I'm the same way.
I spend a lot of time in the car by myself, and I'm starting to like it. Like, whoo. I've learned to bite my tongue, though. Like, that is not something you bring up. You just kind of, you just got to get through it. It's just something you got to shoulder.
Well, you just have to not be selfish for that moment.
Oh. It took me 2.5 hours to get over it.
Yeah, no, but you and we kind of are this cut from the same cloth that way because through our jobs over the years, we've spent a lot of time in our cars.
I like to think of it like a lone wolf. you know?
Yeah.
Like when you're out in front of the pack, you're out by yourself. You got to be there. You don't have people to chit chat because they're behind you.
The point man.
All right. So I got through that, and we finally get up to Breezy Point. Holy racket. I mean, they got it down. You get free breakfast, which is decent, and then you get a social hour, and they got a little bus that takes you to the deal.
Arena?
Yeah, the arena. That is their arena, and they sell beer at the arena. Hello.
What?
Yep. So we had a tough first contest, but we ended up prevailing, right? So we win. So then we got to play 8:00 Saturday morning.
Whoa. That's a gloss over. What was the score?
I don't know. We had one more than they did. That's all that matters. Let's not split hairs. It's not about the score. It's about winning or losing. So then we get up early Saturday morning, and we end up blowing this team apart. Like, they were not a good club. And we have a rather large listening base, and I hope we don't offend anybody, because this is kind of a touchy subject. Normally I don't care, but this is crazy. Listen to this. This whole weekend was crazy, man. Hold on. Let me put my seatbelt on. Click. All right, now we're in. Yeah, this is great. So it's my car wouldn't start. My car wouldn't start Saturday morning, so I had to ride the shuttle, which, whatever, I'll ride the shuttle. I'm not too cool for the shuttle. So, but after the game, the kid, the boss, and I are on the shuttle with the whole other team, right? So there's like...
Your team or the opponent's team?
Other team. The team we just slaughtered, like 13-0. So here's a
remember that score?
Well, I think it was worse than that. Here's a mini segment, okay? And someone pointed this out that we should bring this up. So if you're in a tournament play, and sometimes, if we got 2 wins and they got 2 wins, it goes down to points. But at what point do you let off the throttle? Now, this is hockey, because obviously basketball and football, those are different scores. But when you're in hockey and you're rocking a shutout, they stop keeping score on the board at like 7 or 8. But we know,
why?
Well, because they don't want anybody to feel bad. So we,
really?
Oh yeah.
At this age?
Yeah, because we were taking it to them. So anyway, we won like 13. Wow. But at what point do you say, hey, why don't we work on our passing and let off the throttle a little bit? Maybe keep a couple of these kids out of the psychologist's office for a week. I mean, I'm all for hammering them, but 13 in a hockey game.
Well, okay. Well, I don't know. I'm going to disagree. I say you keep hammering them.
Hell yes. I was beating around the bush. I wanted to play it fair and get your real answer, dude.
Okay.
I love where your head's at.
Here's my take on it.
Unless you're the team getting throttled.
No, hey, you get what you get, right?
Yep.
Here's my take on it. What's more demeaning to the other team? Getting a bunch of goals scored on them, or the other team literally turning it into a practice against them?
You know what? We were in a soccer tournament one time, and this team, I don't want to name names, but it was Edina, sons of bitches. And
cake eater.
And at one point, their coach, you could hear him yell, "Just play keep away." It's like,
that's terrible.
Get the counselor on the phone.
That is completely worse than just a shutout.
Well, and I think at 13, you should be like, hey, we got an extra goalie. You want us to lend him, lend him to you for a period? Just so our guy can get some work in, because evidently your guy ain't playing. So anyway, we just lambasted these guys. We hop on the bus. There's probably 8 of them. There's the boss, my 12-year-old, and I, and then 2 of their coaches and 1 mom. And the kids are just being, you can just tell they're just crappy kids. And that's why they're such a bad team. But just being rude, being nasty. And the mom goes, "Hey, little Tommy, I think it's a great story about how you were adopted and everything. Your mom was telling me, and it's really a touching story." And the kid looks at her and just starts bawling. And she's like, "What's the matter?" And he goes, "Nobody knows. I didn't want anybody to know." And she goes, "Oh, your mom told me that you told everybody in the locker room, and and everything was good." And the kid's just bawling. Meanwhile, the little shitty teammates are like, dude, you're adopted. And I look over at my wife. I'm like, what do we do now? Like, we're surrounded by this. We just blasted this team, and now they're having like a Lifetime movie on the bus. So I'm like, we should grab some lunch after this. and the coach then interjects, and he's like, you guys are not being very good teammates. And he starts railing on them, and they're like, we need to be supportive, and this was an accident. And then the lady starts crying, and the only, and I don't know if it was her coach husband that's sitting next to me, but she kept looking at me, which maybe she was looking at her husband, but her eyes were all full of water, and she just felt so bad. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is as crazy. This is a soap opera.
Oh my God, man, that is crazy.
Absolutely off the chain.
I don't even understand the move by the mom.
Hell no.
Why is that bus fodder?
I don't know. Well, and then really, ironically, after that, we kept running into the kid and the parents, the adopted kid. Yeah. And let me tell you, if you didn't know he was adopted, give me a break. I mean, short of his his parents were, I don't know, they look like grandparents more than parents. Let's say that. But
and he's Asian.
No, that would be the other giveaway is that if he was of foreign descent, but he wasn't. But it was just the weirdest thing, right? So I'm like, wow, this is too much. I don't know how you handle this. It is crazy.
You just keep to yourself and wait for the bus ride to be over.
and it turns out that was
then go on the podcast and talk about it.
That was one of the more normal things that happened that day.
No, come on. I'm
not even kidding, dude. You can't write the Lifetime movie any better than this.
Really?
So
simple hockey tourney.
Yeah, there's nothing simple about hockey, man. These parents go full throttle. They like their booze and they don't let up. I shouldn't say that. Everybody was pretty mellow. It was pretty good, but Breezy Point's not dumb. They give you all the free booze for 2 hours and then they drive you around and let you make a mess of yourself. But
Breezy Point's cool that way.
So yeah, man, much props. You
and I have done that.
Have we been there?
Yeah.
No, we haven't. No, we go to Craigan's. This is Breezy Point.
I know. What's the one we went to first?
Grandview.
Before. Oh God, I got that mixed up. Sorry.
Yeah. This is up in the Pequot Lake.
Yeah. No,
little further north. But so we rest the kids, and they're all laying low. We're encouraging video game play because we have I think we have like a 8 o'clock game. So we all hop on the old shuttle and head back at like 7. And there's a game ahead of us, and it's Waconia, and they're playing against Apple Valley Burnsville. And evidently Apple Valley Burnsville, which are two powerhouses in the big school conference, don't have enough kids playing hockey anymore, so they have to combine forces, which, whatever. So there's there's a 1-goal deficit in this contest. And Apple Valley Burnsville is down by 1. And there's about a minute left. And, you could tell they're getting a little chirpy because they know they're going to be done. Chippy, sorry. And all of a sudden, 38 seconds left, Apple Valley Burnsville scores. The place goes berserk. Well, in the process of the place
they tied it up?
Yeah, they tied it up.
Okay.
So we're potentially looking at an overtime. And so the place goes nuts. Well, in the meantime of everything going nuts, nobody heard the whistle. So the ref had blown the whistle because there was a high sticking on the goal scoring deal. So they pulled they said no goal. So now we're back to a 4-3 contest with 38 seconds left. Well, pretty soon all of the Apple Valley Burnsville kids are just raging. They're just angry. And the coaches are on the ice, which should never happen. So Apple Valley Burnsville's coaches are on the ice, and they're just bitching at the refs.
When this happens, I don't know much about hockey. Do the coaches, before they go on the ice, do they lace up? Are they in skates or are they in loafers?
No, they're I'm going to say like a boot, maybe a boot shoe.
Okay.
Maybe
like a desert boot.
Yeah, maybe a low top, maybe some type of a Sorel. I don't know. Definitely not skates though.
Okay.
That would be awesome. But so anyway, so both refs are over there, and the two coaches are over there, and they're like two lines are on the ice, and they're just out of nowhere, boom! One of the coaches comes over and lays out a ref on the ice, it looked like he jumped up and sucker punched him, but he didn't. He just went two hands under the throat and pushed him down. Yes.
What?
Oh my God! Now the place is going berserk. No, you can't. Wait. This is crazy.
T. So he intentionally.
Yes.
This wasn't like him falling on the ice and pushing him over.
He came out of nowhere and went for the ref's throat and took him down. And we were
a fucking coach.
Yes, of a 12-year-old Pee Wee C meaning the lowest quality of hockey that you can have. And
holy shit.
Yeah. So our whole team is there, and my team is done in the locker room, so they're out watching the game. So they were all right there to watch this happen. So it was a good learning moment for our team, but it was like, what is going on with society? Really, this is low-level hockey, and you're woo, they weren't even playing for a chance for the championship. This game was to see if they played for fourth or fifth, or maybe third or fourth, to see if they played for third or fourth. That's what it was.
And in this crazy bastard's mind, that really seemed like a good time for assault and battery.
You know what though? It wasn't even four. It was fifth or sixth, because my friend from Waconia, they actually won and they got fifth the next day. So then we got to wait, and our game is delayed because there's just hubbub city everywhere, and they got to scrape this rep up off the ground. And the dude's on the run around the arena, and the cops end up coming, and everybody's like, well, they should be ejected. They should get it. And I'm like, it's not the team's fault. The coach freaked out. I mean, so oh my God, it was so crazy. So then we're down to one ref for part of the game because the cops got to take statements, and it's just like, what is going on? This is absolute chaos at its best. And everybody in the end, where the beer and the waiting before you go in the arena part is, they're all like, ooh, you are, and it just, oh my gosh, it was so intense. It was really funny.
It's absolutely insane.
Totally. And then not to make
what is the first conversation like with that guy and his family at the first time they have dinner together?
They said he just kept saying it's so cold out, and this game meant a lot, and it's really cold out. And it's like, what, dude? You're 5 Budweisers into it, and you couldn't let off the throttle. Holy snot! It was crazy. But then we're getting ready for the end of the night, and I had bought some taffy, and I was talking about taffy, and this lady comes over. She starts talking to me, and I'm like, "What's up?" And she's like, "Oh, I thought you called me over here." I'm like, "Nope, don't know who you are." She goes, "Oh, my name's Taffy." I'm like, "No, it's not." She goes, "Yeah, my name's Taffy. I thought you were calling my name." I'm like, "No, but hold on. This is a little weird." She goes, "Yeah, my sister's name is Carmel." I'm like,
"Okay, come on."
I said, "Who are your parents? Willy Wonka? This is just weird." But yeah, they were friends of some people on our team. And yeah, she's like, her name's Carmel. Or her name's Taffy. And her sister's name is Carmel.
Her sister's Carmel.
Yeah. It's just crazy. And they said she was a nice lady, sat and shot the crap for a couple minutes, and it was a great little story. I guess she has a ranch out there, and it's called the Saltwater Ranch.
Oh, come on. This is too much. Are you pulling my leg?
Yeah. The adoption story and the ref getting beat up weren't too much for you, but a person named Taffy put you over the edge. I can see how that could happen.
Taffy, Carmel, Salt Lake Ranch. Oh my God.
It was a crazy weekend. We ended up playing at 1:00 on Sunday for the championship game, and it was a tough game, but I think the other team just wanted it more than we did. They were serious. So they were from Canada, eh? And
nice.
So we were the first American team, But we played the Canadian anthem and we played the American anthem, so that was kind of nice. And
That's cool.
it ended up.
People stood.
Oh yeah, it was cool because they'd light up a particular flag. I got a picture of it. I posted it.
I saw it.
But we ended up getting second place, so they give all of our guys. Oh, so the game itself went into overtime, which is nice, and then nobody scored in overtime, so it was in a shootout. The game ended in a shootout. So you know what? We got our money's worth. It was cool. It's like whatever. It wasn't a blowout. It was good.
So you got your money's worth off the ice.
Oh man, I tell you, I could write a movie or do a podcast.
That kind of drama, hard to come by.
So no, listen to this. This is how we wrapped up the weekend. What was their name? That was Port Arthur. It's Port Arthur, which I guess is maybe by Thunder Bay or something, up where we picked up the bike, eh?
Yeah.
And so anyway, we got all of our second place medals, and they had the captains go get the trophy and whatnot. And then they start calling off the kids from Thunder Bay, and a couple of them go over and get their medals, and then they skate back to their line, and then probably by the fifth kid, he picks up his medal, skates over, and goes down the line of our players, shaking their hands. Good game, good game, good game.
Ooh,
so then probably
like this kid.
Probably half their team, some did, some didn't. But probably half their team came over and shook all of our guys' hands and were very classy about the win. And then afterwards, the parents were even like, you know what? You guys were great. It was because it was really a clean game. Like there was no, stupid scrappy crap. I mean, there was, it was just a clean game. It was great.
No officials getting assaulted.
Yeah, no police brutality or no need to call the police for brutality. Nothing. It was straightforward. Go.
Nobody got shivved.
Yeah, it was
in the corner.
What a weekend, man! That was crazy. That was our first Breezy Point experience on the hockey team.
Very cool. Sounds like it was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, good times, and we had complete. It was just well done. Breezy Point does a nice deal. Good job. But they said they do it from November 1st until May. Like every weekend they have a tournament.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So you're going back, right?
Nope.
As a bystander?
Yeah. Well, yeah, just for show content.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh man, it was crazy, but we survived.
Do you want to address the elephant in the room?
Yeah. You go ahead.
Well, clearly you got an unhealthy addiction to taffy, dude.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Jesus.
I love it. It's like, you know what? Full disclosure. I was in Wayzata the other day over by the high school, and I texted one of my daughter's friends like, "What up? Can you see I'm driving by?" And, they can't because that school's like a Mall of America. It's monster. But I'm like, yeah, I'm going to run over here to SA, pick up a little taffy. So I rolled in there and just got a stick of taffy and left. I was like, God, this is just something fat people do. It's not a good idea, man.
The guys at the cashier, any fuel out there?
Yeah, anything?
Nope.
Anything.
Nothing?
Water? Protein bar? No, just give me the taffy.
On my way to the gym.
Yeah. I'm actually going the opposite way of the gym. That's too funny. Hey, what if your wife came home and she's like, "Hey, sit down. We got to talk." And what if she was all serious? Like seriously serious. And she's like, "I think I want to change my name." And she wants to go with like cinnamon or ginger. How do you handle that? All right, everyone. Now the moment you've been waiting for. On the main stage, Cinnamon! That's top shelf, man. Hey, do you lead with, "Are we going to start dancing?" Or do you cross that over with, "Well, why? Sugar plum?"
Oh, that is off the shelf there, that one.
Well, I just was thinking about it the other day because I don't know what I was watching, but I'm like, that's just crazy. That's just crazy.
I'd go with the dance reference first. I mean, come on, cinnamon.
Oh my gosh, it would just be too funny. Like whatever. Did you see? I posted a picture of my wife's Valentine's card for me. She got me a Valentine's card.
No,
it said, "Well, I got to look it up. I don't keep that fresh in the old melanoma."
What did you post it on?
All the socials. That's how I roll. The front of it says, sometimes I want to karate kick you in the face, but most of the time I love you. That is a perfect card.
Yeah, she went with the appropriate message.
Well, you know what? Kudos to her.
Or accurate message.
All that sappy crap. Usually I just call her up from the FaceTimer from the store and show her the card. I don't usually spend the $7.
Oh, God, seriously?
It's the same. I mean, it's the same. What do you do with them? They're garbage. Garbage.
Oh, they're garbage.
Total garbage.
I know I was talking to Mike and Jim a few weeks ago, and the topic of real cheap bastards came up, like people that they know that are really cheap.
Yeah.
And they were comparing stories of how cheap somebody is that they know. They personally know these people.
Right.
And he knew a couple that went to, on holidays, both went to a store, like a Target, in the card aisle and spent time looking for the card and then showed them the card.
Yeah. We do that every year.
This is the card I would get you. And then they put it back and leave.
Dude, that's not cheap. That's environmentally conscious. I mean, that's just smart. The wife and I do that every year.
That's cheap.
That's not cheap. So it's not
just a poor use of your time. What are you looking at cards for?
Well, what do you do? Make one? Look at this. Look at this Valentine drawing I put together.
Make one. You mean you don't sit down in the corner, grab an axe, and sing her that song you wrote for her?
Oh, no.
Strum a couple of guitar notes?
Yeah. No. I don't have an axe. I just go a cappella.
Beautiful.
Because you know what? She deserves it. Hey, let's jump into the old... Oh, you know what I saw this morning? And I don't know who is running Sprint communications currently.
Okay. Sprint, probably.
But they had Bo Jackson in a commercial.
Well, that's relevant.
Have you seen Bo Jackson lately?
I can't say I have, not in the last couple of years.
It looks like he ate the athletic Bo Jackson, and now he's got to be 50-something. But they have him they have him standing there in shoulder pads from football and holding a baseball bat, talking about Bo knows phones or whatever. It's like, who's going to understand that? Like, really? Is Sprint like the geriatric network?
I was going to say, unless Sprint is going after people who are 50 and older.
Remember how popular that segment was? Bo knows blue. Bo knows blue. I might have even had a Bo knows shirt.
He was huge at one point.
Yeah, well, no, he's huge now.
Isn't he coaching for somebody right now?
Oh, I have no idea.
I think he's coaching.
I have no idea.
There's another one of those Bo Jacksons coming up in the ranks right now in college. I'm drawing a blank on his name, but the big hubbub is if he's going to play football or baseball. Like he's playing both at a high level.
Oh,
like
really? They said Jay Mauer could have done that. He could have gone. He could have gone football as a quarterback.
Really?
Yeah, but with those knees, he wouldn't have lasted long. Not at all.
Be very Bridgewater-esque.
He's just a little fella. Hey, we need to jump into the political segment here and knock it out of the way.
Hold on. One quick aside or note on the sports talk. I think it's today actually. We got the 4 weekend camps for Andy starting for baseball. They're the ones that the coaches evaluate to see who gets pulled for travel.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of pressure.
He didn't care. It's no pressure to him.
You know what you need? Oh, Jesus, dude.
No, meaning he doesn't even know that.
He's a walk-on.
No.
Hey, they called me.
I didn't mean it that way. I meant he has zero. Like he doesn't care if it's travel or regular baseball.
What you're supposed to say is, I don't know, his agent's taking him.
I can't get close to him right now.
That, good luck to him. 4 sessions?
Yeah, I don't know how. This is my first foray into it. I don't know.
I know I'll be out banging the 20% off at Dick's. Thanks, Minnetonka Baseball. Get me some new stockings for my hoofins. That's big.
Oh.
That's big. Is he trying out for any particular position?
No, well, not yet.
Agent's taking him. That's funny. That is funny. Good stuff.
All right, that's all I had. I'll fill you in as the weekends progress. But now we're going to jump into the political season.
Maybe you could keep us updated on the socials.
Okay.
So we got 2. I got 2 political nuggets. I'm sure you have more, but we're not a very political based show, so whatever.
my head has been just all work lately, so I haven't even really been paying attention to the news all that much, to be honest with you.
Well, that little gal, her last name is Omar.
Yeah.
She's like newly elected.
Yeah.
She made some stupid statement and about the Jewish people.
Yes.
And I think it got maybe 1-2 minute segment on the news.
Yeah.
And then it blew by.
Yes.
Where if Trump would have made that comment, they'd have a noose around his neck. Like, OMG, where she got nothing. They didn't do anything. Whatever.
Well, that's that fair coverage. We're always...
It doesn't apply. Doesn't apply. And then what are we doing about our freshly reelected senator, Mrs. Klobuchar, who's now on the campaign trail? Why did you run for senator if you knew you were going to be running for president? Who's effectively taking that Senate seat? Are you just mailing it in?
Because nobody does anything in that rank. That's why she can just call her vote in.
That is Bolsheviks, man. I am not happy about it.
I mean, why are we even campaigning this early? I mean, for Christ's sake.
Well, I mean, I don't want to be a predictor here, but I'm guessing only one of the 37 Democrats that are now in the race are going to continue. So why don't they all get in a huddle and figure out who it's going to be, and the rest of them don't need to piss all the money away on campaigning and then go back to effectively doing the job they're supposed to be doing instead of, I got to go to Iowa for this or I got to go to here. Come on.
Yeah, no.
Get back to work.
It's the campaigning is a full-time job for these people.
Well, right, and you're still getting paid as a senator? Why are we paying you?
Yeah.
Man, that's all I had from the political segment.
Oh.
I'm just going to breeze over the national emergency. Did you see?
National? Okay, what is he doing? He has the sit down and goes over the national emergency, or what are they calling it?
It's a national emergency, dude.
And then like 30 minutes later, he does a stand-up press conference on the fucking tarmac and tells the reporter, I didn't need to do it. It's just a faster way of doing it.
What? I don't see the problem in that. When you
declare something an emergency, it generally means it's an emergency. But when you say, I don't even have to do it as an emergency, it's just faster. It really takes all the wind out of the sails of it's an emergency.
No.
Yes, it does.
No, you're looking at it from the wrong angle. This is something that needs to be done, and these children who are making the decisions, it's petty this, petty that. Did you hear San Fran Nan stand up and say, well, be careful, you're opening the door, so if we want to use the national emergency for global warming when a Democrat gets elected, that's just petty, childish crap right there. Cut the crap. I mean, it's just, whatever. I don't care. Whatever. I'm going to Mexico and I'm going there legally. And I'm going to come back to America legally. It's just become such an amazing pile of stool that they're bickering like children over this stuff. So he had to go to the national emergency card to get it done. Is it a national emergency? I don't know. I mean,
no, it's not.
It's got to be done. They all wanted it until he wanted it. Now they don't want it. Who wants it?
It's all optics and gesturing and politics.
Optics, gesturing, and politics. That's what we should have called the podcast.
That's the segment name.
I can't say it fast enough; it won't work. You know what? I got to tell you, I'm pretty much fed up with the whole damn thing. It's
hold on to your hat, pal, because it's already campaign season for a November 2020 election.
Well, I got to tell you, I got to tell you one thing.
That should be a rule. You can't campaign. You can't start campaigning until X date. That should be an absolute rule.
We're just 1 minute left of the political segment, and I'm just going to throw this out there. These Democrats better pack a lunch because they're walking into the dogfight here.
What do you mean?
Oh, my gosh. Would you want to campaign against him? I mean, look at the stats that he's got. And what are they going to come back at with? You know what I mean? Like, ooh. You know, you really think Amy Klobuchar is going to get in a dogfight with him? No way. He'll chew her up. He's an animal. He's a madman.
Nah, I don't see him being reelected.
Oh, my gosh.
I see him wrecking the chance of any conservative being elected for the next 2 terms.
No.
Yeah.
Hubbub. We'll have to dive into that. Luckily, we have 2 years to figure it out. Jesus.
We don't have to rush on it.
You know what? I might throw my name in the hat. Why not?
Oh.
Why not? I could do it.
I'll write it in.
Yeah, do it. That'll be 1 vote for me. That'll be about as many as some of these Democrats are going to get. I spent how much on this campaign?
That 1 vote will be more than Howard Schultz gets.
Amen, brother. Hey, what are you doing about all this snow? Have you had enough? I've never, ever, ever been so like, I'm done here as I am this year. Like, I can't even get out of the door of my office because it's just snow, and I'm like, I'm not shoveling it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. I'm
garbage cans froze to the ground. I mean,
normally I don't care, but I'm so sick of winter this time around. It's old, and you know what? It's not even the snow. I'm so tired of ice.
I'm about ready to declare a national emergency over here. Somebody needs to help me. I had a guy stop by the other day and plow me out.
I went to an appointment on Friday, and it was up in Minnetonka area. You know where the what is it? It used to be maybe a sports authority. It's like where the PGA store is now.
Yes.
The boat West Marine.
Yes, sir.
So I went over there that way, and in that parking lot, it's a big parking lot. There's like big semi-trailer and bobcat and dump trucks, like triaxle trucks coming in and out, like a steady stream of them. And I look, and what they're carrying is snow. So somewhere else there was equipment loading these dump trucks up with snow, like likely where they didn't have enough room for it, and then trucking it over to the end of the parking lot by West Marine PGA store.
Yep.
And dumping it there.
Yep.
And I watched it for like a couple of minutes, and when you watch men working in equipment and dump trucks and they're carrying snow, you know how fucking dumb it looks? They're carrying snow. It's snow. God.
Hey, baby. Baby, don't sugarcoat it. Tell me how you feel now.
Well, it just seemed ridiculous. Like, come on.
You know where my office is, and they do that all day here. Like there's 2 guys with or 2 guys, one's in a loader and one's in a truck, and they just sit and move snow around all day. Like, how is this good use of our time and tax dollars? Like,
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
You're just piling snow. Like, besides that, you're right there. You can't come right here and drag a little scoop out of here. Come on, God.
Well,
help a brother out.
It's crazy. Like, people in other states, if they saw a team of people trucking snow from one spot to the next, they think we're insane.
Hey, y'all, look at these crazy people. I get it.
Why did they settle here? Like, I don't even get that.
Why?
They didn't even have plows then.
Well, and they got snow in Hawaii this week. Could you
on the mountains?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't listen that close.
Oh, I'm assuming on the mountain.
I follow Big Mike on the socials. He's a Hawaiian tattoo guy, I think. He's got quite interesting travels, man. Big Mike, Big Island Mike, it is. Yep.
Shout out to Big Mike.
Yeah. Ooh, ooh. Big Island Mike. Right on, man. Hey, did you hear Sebastian do Michael Jackson on Monday?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Top shelf.
I'm kind of curious to see what the votes come back as.
You know what? I forgot to tell you. I've been tracking down guests for the show.
Yeah.
And I got snubbed by Petey's people. I'm not very happy. I'm thinking about going to Fredonia.
What do you mean?
I'm going to do a drop-in.
What do you mean snubbed?
I've been doing this whole emailing him and emailing his people and texting his people and going back and forth and they come back after a long pause and they go, he's just too busy. He just is really hectic right now. And I'm like, bullshit. Like, I follow Petey pretty close. I know he's not too busy. He's at home burning shit in the driveway. Yeah. He can't make an hour phone call or 30-minute phone call. I'm like, you realize we can do this over Skype because that's how they started their cast. And yeah, so she gives me the snub. Sorry, we're just too busy.
He's in the driveway getting his hair cut by his wife.
I know, and I'm thinking to myself, you didn't even like I know they probably get bombarded by these things. I get it. Maybe I'm aiming a little high out of the gate, but he doesn't even know that I'm talking to these people. And I'm thinking if I could just sneak a message through to him, he'd be like, oh yeah, I'm not doing anything, I'm just sitting here watching the world go by. Because I think during the week, he's not like Bert. Bert's out on the road pounding the pavement. He's a tour bus champ.
Tour bus champ. No, I hear you, man, but don't get down on Pete.
I'm not. No. That's why I said thinking about going to Fredonia. I'm gonna wait till summer though.
I have to admit, this week has been so just crazy busy for me. It's the first time I forgot. I didn't listen to the this week's podcast until Thursday.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
and I gotta say, it was first of all, it was a damn good one. But the bit that Lou played of the little the stand up, of Pete's an excerpt.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that guy is witty. That was funny as hell with that server giving him the code name.
Yeah.
And he's like,
with the beers.
I just said it 7 times. Nothing.
Yeah.
I was kind of taken aback because as you were telling that story about the PD, I looked out my office window.
Yeah.
And there's a dude who pulls up in a car. He's on his phone, speakerphone, and he walks over to my car, looks at my front license plate while talking on the phone, walks around the backside, looks at that license plate, walking on the phone, then gets back in his car, and he's just sitting there.
Ooh.
I may have to go out.
Oh, wait till after the show in case you get taken downtown for something. Hey, speaking of which, I am reaching out to some local people in the media for this, that, and the other thing. But I'm thinking we got to get you a hat, a project hat.
Yeah.
So next week when they're interviewing for that thing you're going to do, you got to throw down a plug, dude. You have to. I've got a particular person in the news I'm trying to send your way so that you can plug it out.
Tell me off air.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah,
I will, because I think if we get a little shout out on the tube, woohoo, big time. Maybe even if you wear a t-shirt and a hat, man, I might even have my sweatshirts by then. I'll probably be living at your house because I spent all my money on the cast. All right, let's get to the takeaway before we got to shut her down.
All right. First one up for the DK takeaway. A woman. So I forget where this was. It was not Minnesota, but a lady of 81 years of age passed away, and her family wrote the obituary. Okay. And they had chosen cremation. And in the obituary, the family wrote jokes about her finally having the smoking hot body that she wanted.
Oh, that's a nice touch.
Thanks to cremation. And I kept reading, and I'm like, and they were like, our mom was like, she always wanted to laugh, and she was like the most fun spirited. She would laugh at that. That's why we did it.
That's funny.
So it got me to thinking, because you and I have never talked about this. So it's a two-parter. First, are you when it's your time, are you a classic burial guy, or cremation? And part two of that is, if it's cremation, where are you spreading?
This is a comedy show, dude.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay, well, upon my demise, I'm thinking I'm a cremation guy.
All right.
And I'd love it if someone brought up my smoking hot body. That's funny shit right there. You should write that down, because you're probably going to be the one saying the obit.
The word DK meant to say is eulogy.
Actually, no. I was thinking I'm gonna line that up with my cousin, because his dad always does them for current funerals. So
Really?
so he'll probably pass the torch on to the kid.
Like, is this a thing? Like, he does a lot of obituaries?
Well, he's an English guy. I mean, English teacher. So he writes a nice obituary.
Right, okay.
Whatever. Shout out.
Shout out. All right. Second one.
So I'm guessing I'm going to be cremated. And you know what? We spread my dad's ashes over the lake. I guess I don't really care. Do what you want. I still have a little thing of my dad's ashes at my house.
Do you?
Yeah, the boss isn't big on it, though. She's like, what are we going to do with that? I'm like, I don't know. We just keep waiting. What do you do with it? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Whatever. I don't know. So anyway,
it's only a portion.
What would you do?
God, I don't know.
You know what would be cool though is if you got it made, like if you had a bar that you frequented and you got it made into some kind of like cool thing, and it was at the bar all the time, where people would be like, "Hey, what's that?" "Oh, hey, this guy had this really awesome podcast, the local guy, and he loved this bar."
Now we've spread them on the bar, put a nice acrylic over them, and
no, I have like a fixture, like a vase or some kind of a maybe like a microphone. Put all of them in the microphone, and then have the microphone on the deal. That'd be fun. I don't freaking know.
It's a big microphone.
Well, you don't need all of my smoking hot body in there.
Right.
Hey, that's the other question I have. My as I said, my father was cremated. And how do you know you're getting your father? How do you know? Like Betty Ann, who went in before him, did you get all of her out of there? Like, are they scrubbing it down? Or am I getting four people?
I've heard about this. It's a option. I think you gotta.
Oh, it's an upcharge?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
I can't remember where I heard it, but yes, it's an upcharge.
And for $49.50, we'll go ahead and scrub it down before we slide you in there. What do you think? You know what? I don't give a shit. Do what you want to do. That's funny. Wow. I don't know. That's a lot of morbid thought right there. Next one.
Yeah, we can move on. That was not intentionally to go there.
Maybe rather than play crickets, we should play Hell's Bells.
Maybe some fire up some that funeral music, organ type sound.
Oh yeah, I was just on hold with somebody and they had that on their hold music.
Really?
And it wasn't a funeral home.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the music they play behind the picture montage when you're at a funeral. I don't know. I can't do it. Next one.
The next one just caught my eye. It's nothing that I can really ask you to go off of, but it's got to be said.
All right.
Go
Twins.
Because go Twins. No, there was a Justine Kish. She's a UFC strawweight fighter. UFC fighter? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
UFC. The real heavy.
What's strawweight? Is that like my under 100-pound class?
Yeah, I'm guessing it's the women's. I'm guessing the lightest weight, maybe.
Or is that just chicks from Iowa?
Yeah. Well, this is classic. She's in a match last Sunday, and getting pounded and ready to be pinned or knocked out or whatever. And she was in a headlock.
Yeah.
Pooped.
That's the only way that story could have gone. I was just about to rail on you for just bringing up. I hate that shit. I hate shit.
I hate it too. I hate it.
But now that's a nice twist.
And I mean, not a shart, like exiting the attire.
Really? Was it on TV?
Yeah. It was. Well, there's a video of it.
What was her name?
Justine Kish.
So, see if I can do that one. So Betty Ann's got Justine Tish in the headlock. Oh, that shit. Ooh. Game changer.
Yeah, and actually in a follow-up, I want to say like a Twitter or an Instagram post.
So are you automatically out then? Is that like the end of it?
She lost. Yeah. But,
right then?
After the event, she did have a sense of humor about it because on a post she said shit happens.
She squeezed me so hard that I just shit my pants. What? Oh my gosh! I didn't know that was possible. That's a nice little nugget there. There's your bathroom nugget for the day. Outstanding! Exactly. Wow, that's a nice twist. I hate it when I'm somewhere and they turn that crap on. But
I hate it.
There's people that are so into that, and it's so barbaric. Like, how is that legal? Like, it's just brawling, big time.
I hate when we were at like a Champs type sports bar. We're having lunch, like the family, or else like I take Andy or I take the boy out to lunch after like a game, a baseball game, and that shit comes on, and you got to sit and he's looking at it because there's like 40,000 TVs at these places, and you got to explain to him like. Well, here we go.
You could just have his agent talk to him.
Yeah, he ain't going down that road.
You got him a baseball only agent, right? Not like a mixed sports agent. Baseball, football, yeah, totally, yeah. So it's another one in the books here. We got to wrap it up. We took a big breezy point segment there, but that's all good.
I liked it. It was good stuff.
So again, I want everybody to know that they can reach out to us through the website or leave us a message on the studio line. If you want to remain anonymous, that's fine. Just say it. The number 612-504-6500. Otherwise, shoot us an email, the DK Project Podcast at gmail.com. And we will bring her back round again on next week. So I hope everybody has a good week. And stay tuned on your morning news. Maybe you'll see a local somebody. Dropping up the cast. See you, man.
Bye.
That's a wrap for today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends. If you'd like to reach out, you can use the studio line at 612-504-6500 or by email, the DK Project Podcast at gmail.com. And of course, there's always social media at the DK Project Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.